running in circles, beating the lights beyond fade. But how but if you took a step back and saw things from my point of view, you would see with your heart, you'd see right through. Sometimes I just kinda sit around. I'll get lost in my own thoughts, won't even hear a sound.
So I'm here with Sutherland Band. It's great to see you guys. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So yeah, today, this evening, obviously here to talk about your music, but more importantly, how your music scene sort of works and what impact you guys have on Jozi. Can you guys just give me a description of how you guys form?
I would say it must be like a year ago, 2 years ago. Missy and myself were jamming in the park, and it kind of actually started out as a park band, as just not ever something we ever wanted to play to people necessarily. And then I think we kind of got hints and nudges from friends that it was sounding good, and we always kind of thought it wasn't possible.
I was never really involved in the whole idea of it before. They approached
but
me
I think definitely as soon as we got it off the ground, Chris kind of came into it all. Yeah.
Did you guys feel it would be hard to make it in the Joburg music industry, or
absolutely?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, personally, from my perspective of things, I always knew it was going to be a difficult thing, and it's mainly because when you first start out with music, you kind of test the waters with whatever genre you're playing in, whatever, and it's always going to be a specific genre to start it, and you kind of you progress. And the music industry has never really been an industry that looks after bands in this country. So it's been very small. It's just a niche really that you play in. So it's kind of like it's a very unique thing.
I think the one thing that stands out specifically in the South African music industry is that the demographic in South Africa, as we all know, is very, very different. If you are like a quieter artist or a house artist or something, there's a way bigger market for you, so it's easier to make it. But with the sort of music we play and a lot of underground bands play, it's difficult to reach those sorts of markets.
To make an impact, I think with our genre especially, you do really have to do something special or something creative compared to Kwaito or the Afrikaans scene where it's well supported about.
Yeah.
The idea of trying to play it safe alone is almost a risk when it comes to music in this country. That's the way I see it. So it's not going to be easy. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's when you do make it, it's just all that much better.
How does writing music work for you? Like, what do you base your writing on?
Yeah, so in terms of what inspires the music and what the content is, I would say life experiences really, all the things you go through, the things you feel. As silly as it sounds, music is a really good way to get across feelings.
Yeah, it's extremely emotional. Music's extremely emotional. I think anyone knows that, whoever listens to any band they love. And that's where it starts. It starts with the emotions that you experience in life, and it's how you translate that into music. So yeah, I think there's no detachment from the two. It's very much an integrated thing. Trying to live an interesting life, you might just write interesting music.
And then in terms of the actual process of writing the song, and not where it's coming from and all of that, it can happen in so many different ways. You can be sitting down and you can write a full song in 5 minutes, or you can come up with a really cool guitar piece and then you try to fit melody to it, or lyrics to it, or vice versa. It can happen any which way. It's very sporadic in that sense.
Yeah, can you guys explain, like, recording an EP, in Joburg, how it works and the time and effort you guys have to put in for recording?
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a hectic process. I mean, obviously, before you even want to get into a studio and start recording, you need to have the material. So the first step is to write the songs you want to record and make sure you're happy with them. And part of that process is, I don't know, we call it pre-production, is basically doing your own version of recording your own version of the song, so you can hear it from an outside perspective and hear everything together and see what needs to be changed. Then from there, you take it to guys who can either help you make it better, and obviously guys who can record it properly.
So what are your gigs like in Joburg? And is it difficult performing in front of a lot of people? And what feeling do you get? Is it a good feeling or?
Yeah, I would say personally that is probably the best feeling for me, and maybe the only reason I'm still searching to be in a band or in a band.
It is the best part of being in a band by far. Although the other stuff is all good, but performing is definitely the best. I mean, when you're on stage performing for people and you can see that they're really enjoying it or dancing along or singing your lyrics back to you, it really is a great feeling. You know? It's people taking interest in something that really means a lot to you. And that alone is awesome.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, number of people, and I think whether it's 3 people watching and actually watching as opposed to 100 people watching and not really giving a crap about what you're doing, I think whoever's kind of appreciating it makes it worth it at the end of the day.
On to the final question. It's based on the fans actually now. And what do you guys personally feel? How do you feel about your fan base in Joburg? And like, are you guys friendly towards your fans? Like, after a show, would you guys have a drink with them? Or
the way I see it is, regardless of how you feel about somebody's reaction to what you've been doing at a show or your music or whatever, just in terms of the whole being professional thing, if somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, great show, that was so cool," and you're just like, "Yeah, whatever," you know, it's not a good look at you. So regardless of what that makes you feel, you know, you just got to keep a smile on your face and be professional about it.
And be fun as well.
But yeah,
serious.
We've had a few occasions where we've had a few drinks after shows with people. That's been fun.
Or more.
okay. Well, yeah. Thanks, Sutherland. That was Sutherland Band. Thank you guys for the opportunity and your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know I've got a better feel of what your impact on Jozi and what your music's going to do, and looking forward to the EP. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.
Morning and we'll make our escape. We'll never look back, we'll forget this place. We could stick around and try to find a way to blend in, or we could start again, right from the beginning.